this getting together in the morning, in the evening, Sandhya, in between. These are only to aid us in the continuation of bhakti, to make it kirtaniya sadahari. Sadahari. So the goal is for kirtaniya sadahari. And these periodical things in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, they are just a check posts like that. But the goal is kirtaniya sadahari, where all these material proceedings would just happen anyway. They should just happen as a background. They should just happen as a background, while our priority and focus is on kirtaniya sadahari. Unless we really have a goal like that, and steadily move in that direction, we may find bhakti, everyday bhakti, sadhana bhakti, we may find it as dry, sometimes daunting, like that. But the very purpose of endorsing this sadhana bhakti to us is, the very purpose is to make us come towards raga bhakti, spontaneous bhakti. That's the very purpose of this sadhana bhakti. So when we know the purpose of it, then we look forward to, and we relish. There is no dryness or daunting anymore. I think we will continue, Mataji. Jaganivasana Mataji, you may please go ahead, start reading. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Text 111. The dear devotees who think of me as their very life cannot forget me at any time. Remembering me in any way brings them a great festival of happiness. You have done me a great favor. I am very pleased with you. Please choose some benedictions that you wish. Sri Parikshit said, calling out, Glory, glory, chanting the holy names, elaborately describing the Lord's pastimes in Braja and playing the veena, Narada Muni chose a benediction. Having wandering from Dasaswamedha Tirtha to Dwaraka, having heard the explanations of many Brahmanas and now desiring to hear the final goal of spiritual life from Sri Krishna's own mouth, Narada, the king of sages, requested from the Lord, who is the lion of all who are generous, the following benediction, which is very pleasing to the heart. O Sri Krishna Chandra, may I never become jaded to your mercy, devotional service to you, love for you, and the bliss that comes from serving you. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O teacher of the wise, what kind of benediction is that? My mercy, devotional service to me, and love for me are by nature like that. Note, these things never make one jaded. One sage starting at Prayagatirtha, you have wandering here and there, and you have seen the herd from many devotees. For all of them, every desire is fulfilled. All have crossed beyond the material world. All are the objects of my mercy. Some are greater and some lesser. Still, Not one of them is ever jaded. Please take from me some other benedictions. Benedictions that you wish, many benedictions. Sri Parikshit said, happily dancing. Narada, as if begging alms, asked two benedictions of he who is the crest jewel of the generous. Sri Narada said, O Lord, who after giving himself away in charity still thinks he has not given enough, now I am perfectly successful. Now I understand who is the great object of your mercy. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Somebody else, please. But those are very nice words of Narada. How these devotees, Narada, and though the Lord is asking Narada to ask for benediction, these devotees, they feel very full, very full that the Lord has given them so much mercy. Lord has been so generous. Lord has given Himself to us. They feel very full with the mercy. Full with the mercy, happy, grateful, like that. That is so wonderful that they feel like that. That they feel like that. Yeah. Yes, please. Somebody else. 121. I think your mercy is the best of benedictions. O King of the generous, I request your mercy eternally. O swan staying in the lake of the love of Raja's people, drinking again and again the nectar of your holy name and the sweetness of your form and pastimes in the nectar ocean of Gokula, and giving bliss to everyone in the world, may I wander like a madman? May they who, in this world, even only once, with their words, glance, hearing, or limbs touch your pastimes, attain eternal spiritual love for your lotus feet, which are splendid with kunkuma from the beautiful gopis or water pot breasts. Sri Parikshit said, raising his lotus hand, Lord Krishna, the master of the gopis, affectionately and blissfully said, so be it. So be it. Then Narada Muni became plunged in a great ocean of spiritual bliss. Singing and dancing, he greatly pleased Lord Krishna. As Devaki and Rohini looked on, Narada and the two lords, Krishna and Balarama, enjoyed delicious foods and drinks served by Rukmini. Uddhava gave the Lord advice. Satyabhama fanned him, and the other queens pleased him in different ways. After he rinsed his mouth, the Lord personally anointed Narada Muni with fragrant scents and decorated him with garlands and many ornaments, saying I should go to Prayaga and make successful the lives of the sages waiting there for me. Narada took Lord Krishna's permission to leave, having personally seen the glories of devotional service and now very eager to engage in devotional service. Narada wandered here and there, playing his veena and singing. And this is beautiful. See, uh, having personally seen the glories of devotional service and now very eager to engage in devotional service. This is one thing. Uh, when we hear and when we see how devotion, how bhakti is understood and bhakti is practiced, devotional service is offered, uh, see, devotion is a state of being. We tend to see it so much in the terms of doing, but devotion is a state of being. It's a state of being of jiva for Bhagavan. For Bhagavan. So when the jiva is in that state of great humility and devotion to Guru and Krishna, that is devotion. That is devotion. Whatever doings that happen on that platform is devotional service. So when we see somebody like that, being on that platform, existing on that platform, being on that platform, then we get very enlivened. We get very enlivened. Getting motivated to do something, that can happen even in Sattva-guna too. But when we see somebody who is on that platform of devotion, who is being in devotion, and there is enlivening to even just witness somebody being in that. So with that enlivenment, when we are enlivened like that, it's only natural. It's only natural that it will just flow out in the form of service or words or like that. It's only natural. So it is a great fortune. That's why it's a great fortune to even witness that, to get a glimpse, of that a devotee, a pure-hearted devotee who is in the devotion. It's a great fortune. That's when good fortune arises. Yeah, and the potency of that enlivening is that it does not fade away. It does not fade away because it is so potent, and we get very much attracted to that. Very much attracted to that. Because the purity and is so attractive. It's naturally potent. So that's one thing. Yes, please. And somebody else can continue, please. From 1:30. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I continue?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
My pranams to you.
Pranams to you.
Hearing all the wonderful descriptions from Radha's mouth, the wise sages who could understand the highest truth firmly gave up everything but devotional service. By Narada's teaching, they very humbly worshipped the lotus feet of Lord Madhana Gopala. O Mother, please become devoted to chanting the Lord's holy names and eager to serve the gopis. Worship the Lord who in the nectar ocean of the rasa dance is a cowherd boy surrounded by gopis enchanted with love for him. As a small bee has no power to swallow Mount Meru, so I have no power to describe even one of the gopis' glories. plunged in the nectar of Lord Krishna, my Guru Srila Sukadev Goswami always chants the names of Lord Krishna and his dear queens headed by Rukmini Devi, tormented by burning sparks of love whenever he does it. He has no power to place on his mouth the names of the gopis, who, who burn with the great flames of very wonderful love. O Mother, with love, taking shelter of the gopis, Lord, who is surrounded by them. By His mercy, you will able to understand little of their greatness. A person who with faith takes shelter of his great narration describing the search of find the object of the Lord's greatest mercy will attain pure love for Lord Krishna. And obeisances to Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. Srila Sanatana Goswami begins his
Shri Janamejaya said,
Sri Jaya said, my father who dearly loved Lord Krishna thought the rare secret meaning of the scriptures of the mother. Srila Sanatana Goswami begins his Dig Darshini Tikha commentary with the following prayers. O Lord, dressed in yellow silk, I, who am full of love for you, have with tied you with the ropes of hearing about Krishna, the ropes of meditating on you, the chains and chanting your names. Now I hold you tightly, you will never escape. Obeisances to Lord Gopinath, obeisances to Lord Sri Chaitanya Deva by taking shelter of the jewel of his form. Even this dull and foolish person dances wonderfully.
That's one thing about Chaitanya Deva. Whoever takes shelter of Chaitanya Deva, even though they are so dull-headed, they just dance wonderfully. That is the glory of Chaitanya Deva. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. O best of sages, as I think Bhagavatam, ocean's nectar, which is fragrant with lotus flower of your mouth, I am still not satiated.
Yeah. If there is somebody that wants to read, then they can. Otherwise, you may continue, Mataji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Pranams to you.
Hari Hari. Pranams.
O wise one, please relate more of the nectarian conversation of mother and son, who both relished the nectar of Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the mother is Uttara and the son Maharaj Parikshit. Shri Jaimini said, O king, what they said even the all-knowing sages and all the seers of Brahmana cannot know or describe by their own powers. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the topic of their conversation was the glory of Goloka Vrindavana. By the mercy of Sukadeva Goswami, who is an ocean of the nectar of devotion to Krishna, I stayed by the side of King Parikshit and Uttara Devi and directly heard what they said. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that only the mercy of a great devotee can one understand or speak the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. O fortunate one, now please hear the glory of Goloka, which, although a great secret, the Vedas say may be revealed to an affectionate disciple. When she heard this description of Lord Krishna's great mercy, your grandmother became filled with bliss. Wishing to hear of the result of great devotion to Lord Gopikanta, and one, the result of great devotion to Lord Gopikanta, and two, the Lord's pastime place above the Vaikunta, and not fully understanding them in her heart, she asked Sri Parikshit. Sri Uttara said, 3 volts are abodes for materialistic householders who perform pious deeds. Above them are 4 volts that are abodes for they who are not householders. Srila,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Is there, Mataji? Are we to that?
Note
Okay.
is there,
Yes, we can finish then. Yeah.
Yeah, Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the 3 volts are the Bhuhu, Bhuva, and Swaha planets. The householders here wish to enjoy the fruits of their work. Householders that have no material desires by performing prescribed duties may go to the Maharloka or the other higher planets, and when their hearts are pure, may become liberated. This is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 4.24-29.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, dear devotees. Is there anything anybody would like to say before we disperse?
Haribol Mataji.
Hari.
Mataji, you made one very poignant point. You said, devotion or bhakti it's a state of being. It's very internal. And it is not so much about the external actions we do. Although, if that internal state is there, then naturally that external will also be meaningful and will come from that place. So I'm just trying to understand if you can kindly elaborate. Mm, what is this internal state of being? I want to understand that a little more deeply for myself. There are times we are not able to do external service. And I'm particularly thinking, of when I grow old and maybe, in the last, unless that internal state is really deeply developed and cultivated by then, um, I might just miss the boat, in all the, even now, sometimes when my body is unable to do things, the external things, then I feel that, oh, I don't have that internal state where I can say, okay, I'm not able to do certain things outside, but I still want to have that feeling of connection and with Krishna and that devotion and not lose it. So, can you please explain that, Mataji?
Yeah. First, we should at least hear and know that this is devotion. Devotion is a state of being. And doing something outside is only to get to that state of being inside. So, doing outside also has its place. Lord Kapila instructs in Srimad Bhagavatam. Not everybody can just come to this place of being. It is not easy. It is not natural for a conditioned soul, which is still attached to the material proceedings of this world. It's not natural. And that is why devotional doing is prescribed, which is sadhana bhakti. Devotional doing or devotional being, all that is known only through hearing. When we hear from the sadhu guru, from the realized souls, we should hear tattva jnana. When we are hearing, there are many aspects of bhakti that is spoken by different devotees according to time, place, circumstances, like that. But for us to, but what is essential in bhakti is the tattva. The hearing should be focused on tattva. Based on that tattva, we will understand what bhakti means in different stages of bhakti. Oh, okay. Bhakti is actually, it's a state of being, but because it is not natural for a conditioned soul to be in that place, this doing is endorsed. So that is why I have this sadhana bhakti. So sadhana bhakti is a means, this doing is a means to get to that state of being. That I should understand, I should know. Without that complete holistic understanding of this bhakti, if I only take it in bits and pieces, then this internal status, we will not be able to get to this internal state if it's just taken bits and pieces without a holistic idea based on the knowledge. So that's why one essential thing in bhakti is to understand what this bhakti is based on tattva. That's first point. And so when we understand it like that, then we will know what our position is right now, because we are conditional and we gear our doing so we can connect internally. So all this doing should be geared for internal connection. So this is the place of doings in bhakti, the sadhana bhakti. With that understanding, we take up sadhana bhakti. Without sadhana bhakti, without doing it for Krishna, we will not be able to get to the state of being in bhakti. It's a difficult one, it's a deep one, it's an internal one. Without walking through this external process. But that walk has to be done in a very informed way. What is it that we are walking in bhakti? Oh, this sadhana bhakti. How should I walk? With what mindset should I walk? In what direction do I head to so I don't get lost? Like that. That walking should be done in an informed way. When we are doing that walking of sadhana bhakti in an informed way, even with each step, even if it is doing, we know, we will feel, we will know that we are getting closer to this being in bhakti. Though we are not in that state completely of being in bhakti, we will know that we are heading in that direction. So that is the importance of walking sadhana bhakti in an informed way with a purpose. With a purpose. And when we are determined to walk it that way, in an informed way, and do whatever it requires to go on with determination, it really means whatever it requires, externally or internally. How determined are we to get to that place? Because it will not be easy to get there. It will not be. The journey will test our priorities. It will stretch our flexibilities. These things will come. And but when our priorities set right, and when we walk this sadhana bhakti with determination, then we get closer to this being in bhakti. So all this starts with hearing from somebody who is being in bhakti and who is saying that this being in bhakti is the real bhakti. This is the goal of the life. This is the purpose of human life. We should hear from them. And that's the first thing. And second thing is to walk this sadhana bhakti in an informed way as we hear from those realized souls. And Krishna arranges so mercifully that he will also show us live examples of the devotees who are being in devotion, not just doing in devotion. live examples of who are living that life. And that's a great mercy that Krishna gives us to show in practice how a devotee is actually living in bhakti, being in bhakti. As see, hearing is one thing, we hear from the sadhus and shastra, but when we actually get to see somebody doing it, oh, such a great mercy. So a combination of these two will help us walk through this sadhana bhakti in an informed way and give us the inspirational light to get internally in bhakti, to a state of being in bhakti. Does that answer a little bit, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you very much. I I appreciate what you shared. It was very helpful to hear that. But I feel that I did not pose my question to you correctly. So let me stay with my question. I'm not able to formulate that in words. So I still feel, a little bit that because I have not posed the question properly, I have not got the answer that has met my question. But when I'll formulate it and I'll ask you, Mataji, when it comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you for this. This was important for me to hear too. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji, and thank you all, dear devotees. So we will pause here. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnava Thakur ki jaya, Srila Prabhupada ki jaya, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jaya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, Mataji.